Anyway, we're here for our scholarship award winners, to honor them, to hear from them, and then have a special surprise from them and another event that will occur prior to the stage show. So to get things rolling, I would like to start with the instrumental winners, and we will be hearing from Jonah Olson, Andrew Fisher, and Karina Carlin. And to introduce our our instrumental winners, I'm going to call up to the stage a very good friend, and welcoming him back to cousin country. And this would be Glenn Miller Wolfe, the nephew of Glenn Miller. Glenn, would you come forward, please? Before I introduce Glenn and turn the microphone over to him, relinquish things and get things going, Glenn's brother, Laurie, in Boulder, asked me to give you all his regards and regrets for not being able to come this year. But he said, make sure you tell everyone the story about my brother. I hope you're not embarrassed with this one. Laurie was born just before Glenn went into the military. And as a young child, he got to know, or maybe he doesn't remember so much, but he was held by Glenn and Helen and before Glenn went overseas. But Glenn said to their mother, Irene Wolfe, what the hell, why didn't you name that kid after me? Why did you name him Laurie? Why didn't you name him Glenn? And I guess that was, as you pointed out to me, a family thing where the brothers and the husbands basically made comments like that. The Millers had a sharp wit about them. But anyway, the long and short of the story was that tragically, of course, Major Miller disappeared in December of 1944, and your friend up here with me appeared in March of 1945. And when he was born, his mother, Irene, what you've got to imagine, was filled with a lot of grief about the loss of her brother, named our presenter, introductor, Glenn Miller Wolfe. So, Glenn Miller Wolfe, cheers.
Thank you. Some irony to that, because I never heard this story growing up. About 4 or 5 years ago, we unloaded a box of my mother's material, and in that was, in a spiral-bound notebook, an attempt she made to write a book about her brother that she felt would convey feelings and aspects of his life that weren't perhaps well known. And it wasn't until I read that chapter and she talked about the story of how that name came to me that I understood it. So all my life I never really knew that story, and so it was kind of a delight to come across it. If I had any doubts about what's going to happen in this world musically after my generation is gone, or maybe about the whole world in general, I was totally reassured by sitting in on the most amazing group of presentations by these candidates yesterday. They were all moving, not just musically, but the maturity and poise of these young people it just blew me away. And they'll do the same for you. So my job here is to present the 3 award winners in the instrumental category. And the number 3 winner is Jonah Olson, who toted his tuba, which is a gorgeous instrument. He came from Little Falls, Minnesota. It's a couple hours north of Minneapolis. He's a well-rounded man. He credits his participation in both track and wrestling with helping him develop both discipline and focus. And those are certainly skills you need as a musician. And I note that those 2 sports are intensely individualized, and so he has applied those the things he learned there to his music. He's also a well-rounded musician. In addition to tuba, he's a trumpet player. He plays mandolin, violin, guitar, harmonica, which we heard about in the presentation that preceded this, and yes, bagpipes. He's getting there. Okay, Jonah. Jonah will eventually pursue a Bachelor in Music and Performance, but plans to start at the community college where he can learn a trade while working toward an associate's degree in music. And I'm going to allow Jonah to please introduce yourself and the piece you'll be performing, and we'll look forward to that.
Yeah, so I'm Jonah. I'm from Minnesota, and I started out playing trumpet in 6th grade. I had read a book with my mom about Louis Armstrong, and he just really, his story really inspired me. I just really wanted to play trumpet. And so I started that in 6th grade and played it. And at the end of my 9th grade year, my band teacher asked me, he was like, we need a tuba player. As many high school bands go, they're short of tuba players, and so he asked me if I would be willing to learn. So I did, and now I love tuba so much, and it's my primary instrument now. But I still have a special place in my heart for trumpet. I'll be with the group back here in just a little while. I love trumpet and jazz and all that kind of stuff so much. But for today, I will be playing a piece, oddly, called Beelzebub. It was written for solo tuba and, well, accompanied tuba, but I don't have an accompanist. So there will be some awkward pauses, and that'll be where the piano would be playing by itself. So I'm not like wondering what to do, I just don't have a piano player. So here is Beelzebub.
Andrew Foster, our horn player, gets the furthest from Clorinda award. He is here from Tampa, Florida. And I don't know if this is common knowledge, but these participants pay their own way to get here and their own lodging or whatever arrangements, so they have made sacrifices beyond their musical discipline to share their music with us. As he describes it, from my very first piano lesson, I knew music was a perfect fit for me. I've always been engaged and had music interwoven in my life. He's taken piano and violin lessons, sung in youth choirs, played in the middle school band, and his performing arts high school transformed and intensified his interaction with music. He can't imagine life without it, which is certainly a gift. He's played in marching band, wind ensemble, symphony orchestra, jazz band, and even in the pit band for stage productions. Next fall, if I get this right, and you fix me if I didn't, he plans to attend, I think he's going to, is it the University of Rochester?
The University of Rochester.
Right.
Yeah,
Eastman School of Music. So he's been accepted there. He's hedging his bets. He's going to also major in chemical engineering at that university, and after college sees himself performing in professional orchestras, teaching both horn and music theory at the university level. And I'll let him introduce himself and what he's going to perform for us this morning. I'm looking forward to it, and you should be too.
Hello, my name is Adrian Foster, and yes, I'll be attending Eastman School of Music to do horn performance in chemical engineering. Yesterday, I got to perform with the pianist Strauss's finale to his first horn concerto and Schumann's Adagio and Allegro. But in Adversity, I will be performing two smaller etudes. One, I'll start with a lyrical one, Galli second horn etudes, and then another co-crash etude number 19, I believe. Thank you again. It was a wonderful time here.
Thank you.
See what I mean? We all feel better. Karina Carley comes to us from Piedmont, South Dakota. That's over in the Black Hills area. That's, by the way, we had a chat about this. That's 9-hour drive, and she made it all by herself. As she puts it, her life changed in the kitchen of her home on her 10th birthday. In place of a stack of gaily wrapped birthday gifts, which he was kind of expecting, there was instead a single envelope there on the table. She opened it. It said, "Happy birthday. Your gift is a violin and lessons." I got to be careful going to the kitchen, I guess. Because to this day, she relates that 10th birthday gift as the best gift she's ever received. And music became a central part of her life, with daily practice a priority. She learned along the way that violin, and it's true of every instrument, is not all fun and games. But the hard work, the practice, and the dedication are balanced by joy, fulfillment, and beauty. In addition to performing, Karina is a violin teacher. She has a studio of 12 students at the moment, and she plans to continue that as she enters her sophomore year at Thomas Edison State University in Trenton, New Jersey. And I'll just say that that gift that she received when she was 10 years old becomes our gift as well. I'll let Karina introduce herself and her music.
As you heard, I'm Karina Carley. I think he gave a good description of my bio, but I'm really excited to be playing here for you all today. I love performing, I love playing, and it's great to be able to share the joy of music with others. So today I'll be playing the Bach Sonata, number 2 in A minor. I'll be playing the 4th movement, Allegro, and I hope you enjoy.
instrumental player and receiving a $3,000 scholarship.
I don't know how to follow that. Now on to the vocalists. And to introduce our vocalists, at least to start the introduction of our vocalists, I would like to call up our Vice President, the very capable, able, and wonderful Pat Podansky.
Good morning. I'd like to introduce the award, the third place vocalist for the society. It's in honor of Jack and Harriet Pullen. It's the vocal scholarship, and it's $1,000 is awarded to the third place vocal winner. Jane Kelly finances this award to honor her parents, Harriet and Jack Pullen. And I'd like to introduce you to the third place vocalist, Addison Stubbe, and she can introduce herself and tell her life.
I'm Addison Stubbe. I'm from Bellevue, Nebraska, and I will be attending the University of Nebraska at Lincoln this coming fall. And today I'm going to be singing a song from the musical Waitress. I'll be singing She Should Be Mine, and it's written by Sarah Bareilles.
here to award the second place vocal scholarship is given by our friend Bonnie Brewster in honor of her husband Ralph Brewster, who was a member of the Modern Airs for many years. They sang with Formula Orchestra, and the bequest was made at the request of his wife, him and his wife Bonnie. The scholarship is $2,000 and it was awarded to the second place winner, and that winner is Elijah Giebers. I am honored to introduce him.
Hi guys, my name is Elijah Giebers. I'm from Cazenovia, New York, which is a small town about this size in upstate New York where all the wildfire smoke is happening right now. And I'm also going to the Eastman School of Music this upcoming fall to study classical vocal performance. I'm very excited to do that. And today I will be singing Come dal cielo precipita, which is an aria from Verdi's Macbeth opera. It's in Italian. To give you a little context, I'm singing to my son about how bleak the world is, and then I get assassinated in proper opera fashion. So wanted to give you a little context and know what's going on in this, so thank you.
Studia il passo, mio figlio, usciamo da questa tenebra, un senso inquieto, lasciami santo e freddo, vieni Cristo presagio. Di sospetto. Come dal cielo precipita l'ombra sempre oscura, e notte vuota fissera d'un condanno, Signor.
now to introduce the first place vocal winner, I'd like to introduce somebody who's very familiar to all of you. And no introduction is really going to be appropriate to the era of the Everly vocal tradition. Both her father, Ray, who worked for Glenn Miller, and her uncle, Bob, who worked for Jimmy Dorsey, and that would be Jen Everly.
It is always an honor to be up here to celebrate the wonderful talent of students who are not only embracing their instrument, their voice, but they're embracing its history, and they're embracing the road that they're going to travel. It's very exciting. And so I wish all of you the best, and as we call you up for your performances, please know that we are all with you. Enjoy the performance, Ray.
My name is Ray Everly. I'm very pleased to announce the winner. Sela, if you'd come join us, please.
I'd like you to introduce your piece for us and enjoy, and we'll see you shortly. Enjoy.
Hi everybody. Let me turn my mic on. Alright, hi everybody. How's everybody doing? Good. So I'm a jazz singer. I have to set up my speaker, that way I can sing for you guys. But I'm so happy to be here. And this has really been a wonderful experience to be in a competition that truly honors all types of different musics, or all types of different music, and really just embraces. So I'm going to be singing I Fall in Love Too Easily, which is a beautiful jazz ballad, in my opinion. It's one of my favorites. And it is written by Joel Stein and Sammy Kahn. I fall in love too fast. Still I fall in love too easily. I fall in love too fast.
Absolutely fabulous. Thank you. Thank you.
Band's chomping at the bit, but we have two very special things to do here. And the first is we are in for a special treat. Our three instrumental winners have decided to create a presentation for you where they play together on stage, and it'll be a real special treat. And we'll follow that with something that I think will be of interest to everyone here. But for the moment, may I call you guys up to do your thing? And we'll turn the stage over to our instrumental winners.
All right, while we get set up here, I'll just quickly go over the two pieces we'll be playing for you. So we decided since we're all here, we all play music, why not get together and do something together this week? So we'll be playing two pieces. One is Nocturne by Mendelssohn, and the other one is Jupiter by Holst. We'll be actually playing string trio arrangements of it. I would have to give a lot of credit to our two brass players here. They were transposing music yesterday from a string trio arrangement to get it to work with the three different instruments we have: violin, tuba, and French horn, which is a very unique combination. So we'll be playing those two pieces for you, and hope you enjoy.
but anyway, it's a little, we got some anxious people sitting here. At this point in the proceedings, I would like to invite Pat back to the stage, along with Sherry Greenwood, because they have something very special to share with all of you regarding a certain individual who may or may not be known to some of you, who's kind of an obscure character. From time to time has come around here. And this is going to be, are you guys going to come up? The Glen Miller Birthplace Society is very honored to present its Lifetime Achievement Award to someone who has, and all joking aside, very seriously, meant so much to all of us, and in my estimation, from an historical point of view, bridged the transition from the generation who experienced Glen Miller live and came to this festival for many years and populated it and were loyal to it, to a younger generation between the years 2011 and 2021. He endeared himself to everyone in this room, everyone in this town, state, if not the United States and around the world. At this time, it is my great honor to introduce Nick Hilscher. Come on over here a minute after they're going to take your picture, but do you want to take a picture first, or? Take the picture first. And then, he's kind of shy and I got to coax him over. Okay, come on over. And I'm going to ask Nick to say a few words if he wants to on this occasion. Anything to say for yourself? Congratulations. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Wow, that's a surprise and a great honor. Thank you, Dennis. Thank you, Sherry. Thank you, Pat. I'm very honored. This means a lot. I grew up loving music, and that's what's so special to see all of these musicians. And Jonah, wonderful job. Karina, Andrew, and thank you very much. Sela, is that right? Is that from the Psalms? I'm just curious. Okay, that's really wonderful. And oh my goodness, guys, I'm kind of Elijah and Addison. Beautiful job. I recognize y'all, to speak Georgia, because I can see the passion that you have in music, and it really, that's where it starts. You have a love for it at a young age, and obviously you've had someone, most likely your parents, who come alongside, and you wind up with a violin before you eat breakfast. And that's how it was for me. I was encouraged by my parents. I started at the age of 8 playing piano. I came in from school in 6th grade and said I want to play the violin. My folks got me a violin. In fact, I have a music degree in piano performance, and my very first lesson with my professor, he was trying to convince me. He said, you know, J.S. Bach is the first jazz musician. which actually it makes sense. I mean, he could sit down and make up, essentially make up on the spot the things that you hear, written down, and still avoid perfect fourths and perfect fifths, parallel fourths and fifths. This is all. But anyway, when I was 11 years old, I really fell in love with my grandfather's culture, my grandfather's generation, always very special to me. And my grandfather always reminded me of, well, when I discovered Jimmy Stewart. So when I was 11, I started trying to find as many Jimmy Stewart movies as I could find, and it didn't take very long before I discovered the Glenn Miller story, and that was that. And I saturated myself with Glenn Miller's music, and to make a long story longer, auditioned with the Glenn Miller Orchestra on Super Bowl Sunday of 1998. I'm a Green Bay Packer fan, and the Packers lost that night to the Broncos, but I won a job, and sat out in the audience after shaking hands with Julia Rich, who had just hired me, and Larry O'Brien, and sat around and looked around at the other 10 people in the room and thought, it's either Super Bowl Sunday or this is going to be an interesting ride playing for 20 people, and it turned out that that was not the case. It's been a wonderful career. I think my first visit here to Clarinda was in 2001 or 2002, and so many of you are still here and are special to me, and of course we miss those who've gone. Alan Cass was such a support to me when I became the music director, as was Dennis, visiting here for the first time as a music director in 2012. And it was my passion. My family was, at home, and I was on the road about 45 weeks out of the year. But when we rode that bus, and I would have these scores, I would request these scores be sent to me, and sit on the bus and work so that we could share things that you fans of Glenn Miller had maybe never heard live, and that was a passion for me. And so, starting really in 2013, Clarinda was the point of the year that I wanted to really be prepared and have something special for you. And that's really what music is about. I mean, we can make music for ourselves as musicians, all well and good, but it really is about you. It is about people to listen to it and to enjoy it. That's exactly what Glenn was saying. We get the treat, listening to others make music. And thank you so much for the years. And I love you, and I love you, and thank you. What an honor.